Hey guys, it's Chris Phillips here. So with this channel, I want to do more than just fitness content since I'm not a total fitness guru anyways. Although part of this is to motivate and get others, including myself, because this channel is to motivate me. The more I make the videos, the more I feel responsibility to you guys to do the things. So part of that is, again, both motivational for myself, because I'm not perfect by any means. But there's other things that I want to talk about, other things that I feel like I have valuable input and influence on. So I want to be inspirational and motivational, again, to myself as well as to others. So tonight I want to talk about some finance stuff. I'm a long-term Dave Ramsey fan to an extent, though I recognize he's not perfect in all of his stuff either. There are pros and cons to some of his ideologies as well. But overall, you can't argue with his methods in some ways that you're going to have a better financial future if you pay off your debt. And that's kind of what his big deal is. But tonight, or today actually, I heard a quote on his channel or on his podcast, and it was from one of his clients, or not really clients, but one of his followers that had called in with their debt-free scream and that kind of thing. Anyways, the idea that this gentleman on his on the radio show mentioned was that debt is not a tool, because most people feel like it's a tool. I can borrow money to go to school or whatever. Debt is not a tool, it's an anchor. And my wife and I were talking about it, and really it's a millstone. In the Bible, it mentions, you don't want to be a millstone or that a millstone around your neck will drown you. Whereas maybe an anchor will hold you in place, but a millstone can drown you and pull you down. And just imagine trying to walk with an anchor or a millstone tied around your neck and it's dragging behind you. Whereas what can you do if you free yourself from that millstone? Now, I know there's some people out there that argue that you can use debt and leverage it and all that. And there's something to be said about that. You can buy a rental house, for instance, and you take the equity out of your home and put it on a rental home, and then as that home builds equity, take that equity and put it towards another house. And there's something to be said for that, especially when you're in business. There is tax benefits as well as, they call it the weighted average cost of capital. The cost of capital plus your net worth as your whole business actually goes up if you have somewhere roughly around 30% debt. Now, it varies per company. It varies. There's a lot of variables in it, but it's around 30% for most companies. So I'm not talking about business finance here. I'm talking about your personal finance. And for most of us, if we got rid of that millstone around our neck, we'd probably be better off. My family and I, we've worked hard not to carry debt. We only got a credit card a couple of years ago, and we really didn't put anything on it. We used it to get gas on a vacation, and then once we got back, we never really used it, and just paid it off. Well, then when we moved into this new house, we bought new furniture, and we did use it, and then it took us 3 years to completely clear it, because I have a tendency to use it on online purchases. I don't like to use my personal debit card. I feel like there's better protections, but that could be a myth as well. And the fact is, I had identity theft when my wife and I first got married, and we got stationed in Japan. We didn't even know it for 3 years because we didn't use any credit, so we didn't know that we had identity theft. And well, it turns out my whole entire identity, Social Security number, a fake address and many ordered credit cards and phone services and stuff before cell phones were even popular. So we've always been debt averse. We just don't like the idea of it, but we have at times carried some. Right now I've got a brand new truck sitting in the driveway, and we do carry some debt, but I've also got a pretty big shovel at this point in life. Not that that's an excuse. I could be saving that money in an account and saving it a lot quicker because of interest rates or whatever. But I'm also not 100% against getting a car loan, but with the intention of paying it off as rapidly as possible and then driving it as long as possible. It's an anchor or a millstone around your neck. And how much is it dragging you down? I've got friends that I'm concerned about who I know are struggling financially, but they keep on going out to eat and keep on doing things that seems like they may be putting themselves at risk, financial risk. Something's happening to my camera. Okay, there it goes. Anyways, nevertheless, I fear for some of my friends, and I don't want them to have to go through tough times. We should live within our means, and we should try to fight to minimize consumer debt. You know, if you have a mortgage, not such a big deal. If you have a car and you minimize the number of cars and you try to pay it off as fast as possible, and maybe you don't buy brand new, maybe you buy used until you can afford new, you know, maybe that's the right way to do it. Anyways, this is just a brief thought. It's a 5-minute video. I'm going to throw it up and see what happens. I'm not going to edit it or anything like that. Just going to toss it up. So y'all have a wonderful night. Like, subscribe, and share if you want. Thank you. My dinner's ready. Bye. Oh, it's not a 5-minute video. This is 5 minutes from this point. I forgot I had to stop and restart. Okay, bye.